Coming up on this episode.
I think it was about 14. I just thought, you know what? I'm really not good at school. I best put all my eggs into the football basket. And if it doesn't work, then, I'll stack shelves or something at Asda. I don't know. Literally everything that I wanted to do involved football. I went about flying. And then I just messed up. I just did something stupid and it sent me back 6 months. Got done for drink driving. Still regret it to this day. Like I knew I shouldn't have done it. But like I said, they were good, and it is a taboo in football that needs to be
Addressed.
It does, 100%. It needs to be addressed. I wanted to stay, but I can't stay if I'm not getting paid, and I can't stay if they're not going to offer me a deal.
Yeah.
Like I'm not forcibly looking to get out. I've just got to look after my family, like every player has.
Going back to your career, something that I missed out.
Yeah.
Preston. I know you loved that club.
Yeah.
And I've never asked you about this. What happened there?
Jail's like, he's waited till he got to the back. Jail's jumped out of his seat, got him in a headlock. This is the manager of his football club. He's got him in a headlock, like, fucking up lads are digging him. And he's going, yeah, go on then, Jail. Like, he's in a headlock going, yeah, go on, Jail, go on.
I've always wanted to ask a footballer this question. What do you say back to them fans who complain about how much you lads earn? Okay, welcome back to the Byrons World Podcast. We're now on episode 5, and today we are joined by Danny Mayer.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Who are you, Danny, for the people who don't know?
I am a football player, and I play for, at the minute, I'm still contracted to Bury FC.
And you've just got promotion this season with Bury.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good season.
Yeah, brilliant. Loved it. Obviously, the stuff off the pitch is taking away some of the
shine.
Yeah, it's taking a bit of gloss off it, but just to say we got promoted after such a tough season is unbelievable,
And you was in the team of the season as well for League 2.
I was, yeah.
And shortlisted.
Yeah.
Only done by, was it Norwood?
Yeah. To be fair, he's got 32 goals. I accepted it. As soon as he did it, I went, just give it Norwood. I've won it before. I don't want to win it again. I don't want to be greedy. Can't have 2 trophies, can I?
Is that your sixth season now?
Yeah, it was my 6th at Bury, yeah.
Your best one, you think?
I think so. I mean, I know I won it. I won the trophy a couple of years ago. But I think I played a lot better this season.
The Player of the Year?
Yeah, I won Player of the Year in my 2nd season with Bury.
14, 15.
Yeah, probably about them. But I was better this season. I played centre mid this season. And really enjoyed it, using on wing and that. But nah, definitely my best season.
Spot on. So, in this pod, I want to get deep into what it's like being a footballer, because your average football fan, they do hold a lot of opinions.
Yeah, they do
on a lot of different things to do with footballers and how they compose themselves. And I know that I'll get the truth. I know I'll get the truth. You're an honest guy. Do you know what I mean? And I know you won't beat around the bush. So starting out and growing up, what age was it when you was getting into football, and what age did you think that you knew that you could excel and you could?
I think starting out, I've always loved football. I think I started when I was about 5. I remember playing at Leyland Baths, so I've always played football. Probably got to about 14 when you start thinking what you want to do after school, and I think the coaches thought quite highly of me at Preston. Well, I know they thought quite highly of me at Preston. I still keep in contact with them. And I think it was about 14. I just thought, you know what? I'm really not good at school. I best put all my eggs into the football basket. And if it doesn't work, then, I'll stack shelves or something at Asda. I don't know. Literally everything that I wanted to do involved football. We used to knock around and play football all the time, didn't we, when we were 14, 15. And I just had no interest in drinking. or smoking or anything, or I mean that all came later on, like, but no, yeah, about 14, 15, I knew I was going to play football.
So you got signed to the academy at Preston North End?
Yeah, I was there since I was about 8.
And I read online that when you signed, they signed you for £40. They give you a bottle of milk and a season ticket. Is that true?
I don't know. Do you know
why would it be a bottle of milk?
I don't know. I've been asked this about 3 times, you know. I've done interviews and they've gone, this is what I've heard. And I said to him, I was 8 years old. I'm 28 years old. I have no idea. If I got a bottle of milk, my mum took it. That's all I know. I want a bottle of milk at 8. No. My mum, I've asked my mum since and she said it's true. But I don't think she'd remember either. I think she's just jumping on bandwagon. You
could have kept the bottle of milk.
Yeah.
Give it to you when you're 21, just a dirty curdled bottle of milk.
Just open it up and it just comes out. It's like lard or something.
So, was it always your dream? I know growing up for the people who don't know myself personally or yourself personally, we grew up at the same school. Yeah. We used to have mutual friends. We used to knock about and play football together.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And when you was it always you... going back to that, sorry. Knowing you on a personal level, I knew that you had the love for Preston North End with all your heart.
Yeah.
Was it always your dream to play for them, or was you like some of the other kids, like, oh, I want to play for Real Madrid with all the Galacticos?
No. I think it was more realistic. I just thought, Dan, you're not going to get Real Madrid. Come on. Settle for Preston. No, I did. I love Preston. I still do. I was devastated I left. I didn't want to leave. But growing up, I always thought Preston was, for me, a huge club. I think it's got that there now. I think the manager has done unbelievable. But yeah, I love Preston and I was dying to play for them. But I think loving them was a bit of my downfall.
Yeah.
I think, I'll never forget it. I went in and I used to love Paul McKenna. Loved him.
Was he your idol?
He was my idol. I had him on the back of my top at like 15, 16. And then I was cleaning his boots. And I couldn't get my head around it. And I couldn't. I remember having to go up to him and say, I'm Danny Mayer and I'm your boot boy. I couldn't get my words out. Honestly, like, I was that quiet at Preston that Andy Lanigan used to call me the mute at Preston because I never talked to any first team players.
Really?
Yeah, I just couldn't. And I think it was a bit of my downfall. I was that nervous around him that when I was playing with youth team, I was best player. One of the best players every week, definitely. As soon as I stepped up, it took me a few years to grasp it. Like,
so was you in the? You would have been in that era of academy player who had to clean the starting 11's boots. Were you just about? Will it have been? Because I know it's changed now.
Yeah, they get it real easy now.
They don't have to clean the boots anymore.
I've got a boot boy and he does not clean my boots. Like, but I can't even say to him, if I didn't clean lads' boots, I'd get a clip. Like, that was the era back then. Like, you'd get a clip or you had to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I went up to a kid now and said, you've not done my boots, do my boots. If they don't want to do it, they will not do it.
No.
They will just walk off. They don't do anything. Honestly. I mean, I don't mind the kids at Bury. I think they're good lads, but they are so lazy. And I think you need that now. I think growing up doing it made you appreciate it. So you did your boots. I used to clean I used to clean Springfields, squeegee up toilets, do everything.
Do you have to do that as well?
Yeah, and if you didn't
do that before or after the boots?
That was after the boots. Yeah, I used to have to put the weights on the gym like perfect in order. I just think it gives you a bit of perspective. Like, I think makes you realise that, it's not all glitz and
glamour. You start from the bottom, don't you? Work your way up. Now I think the kids are they're getting it all given to them straight away.
They think they made it. They've come in as a youth team player at 16 and they think they've made it, like, and then 2 years later when they get released, they don't have a clue what to do. Like,
We're going to get onto that.
Yeah.
Was you a ball boy as well at Preston? I think you're not enjoying being the ball boy.
You know, I didn't mind it, but like if they were getting beat, you had to get the ball back really quick.
Yeah.
And if the ball's gone up in stands, I can't jump in stands and get the ball, can I? And they're shouting at me. I'm going, what do you want me to do? And then like fans would shut the ball on the pitch, manager would be shouting at you. I hated it. And it always rained. Every time I was ball boy, it rained. Did
the players used to like say to a ball boy before? I've always wondered this. Say to a ball boy before a game, you know, if we're 1-0 up and it's the 89th minute and we're against a better side, make sure you hold on to that ball for a bit longer when they've got a throw.
I don't think they need to tell you. I think because you're in the youth team, you know, you're like, they get the winning, take your time. I think it's just like an unwritten rule. You just know, don't you?
Well, there was that lad at Chelsea, weren't there? About 3 or 4 seasons ago.
It was Hazard kicked him, did he?
Oh, sorry.
It was at Swansea, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at Swansea, yeah. And Hazard kicked off at him. Yeah. So, like, as you progress through the academy, you then got your first professional contract.
Yeah.
How do you remember much of that?
Yeah, because I got it early, which was... not many players came through at Preston at the time. I think once... Let me change that. When they came through, they didn't make the debut.
Yeah.
So they didn't expect much from young lads. So to give contracts early was like a big thing. And I remember me and 2 other lads got them early because they expected quite a bit of us. So yeah, I remember. I'll never forget. It was like Tuesday night. I went to sign it at Deepdale. I was made up. My mum and dad came. Like my dad was crying for some reason. You know,
not wrong with that. He's proud of his lad.
I know, yeah, but...
Is your dad a lifelong North Ender, yeah?
No, he just supports me. I think that's why.
Right.
He's not really keen. He likes football, but I think he just wants me to do well. I think he's one of them. Like...
Do you know what's weird? What's weird you saying that? My dad, not really a massive football fan. No. He'll see how the results are going on. Yeah. I was shit at football. You with me? I'm not fucking great. I weren't even going to go sign for Worden Park. Never mind North End. But, yeah, so... How long was it from signing your first professional contract with Preston?
Mm.
How far was it to your debut? And if I remember correctly, your debut was a cup game against Chelsea, was it?
No, mate. Do you know what? I went on loan. My actual professional debut was for Tranmere.
Right.
So I was in the youth team, went on loan to Tranmere's first team. And to be fair, they were good then. They were in League One, what would be League One now, and they were going for playoffs. Like it was a good experience for me. But I told me after a month, so I had to go back, and then I was out for 3 months. I think if I could stay that season, you know, it would have been unbelievable just to experience a bit more. But then so then I went back to pre-season with Preston as a 18-year-old, flying. Fittest I've ever been. I knew I had to go back flying because at the time Alan Irvine's pre-season was horrible. It was
hard graft.
Yeah, it was old school. It was a lot of running, but it was good. Like it got you fit, got you ready, and I went back flying, and then I just messed up. I just did something stupid, and it sent me back 6 months. Got done for drink driving. Still regret it to this day. Like I knew I shouldn't have done it.
What was it? What happened?
So I think, what was it now? So I went out in Chorley. Do you know what it was? I started playing and I was doing really well in pre-season, and then I got back from Austria and like I was doing dead good, and I think I went out to celebrate with a couple of mates in Chorley, and then I've gone home, and then I thought it'd be a good idea because I was hungry to go to McDonald's, and the only 24-hour one was in Chorley.
Right.
Got back in my car, drove out to McDonald's on the way home. I can not laugh about it now, but you know, I put my drink beneath my feet.
Right.
It's fallen over. I've not looked. I've hit a wall. Obviously, like, please come. And I was just over the limit. But yeah, so the club found out, and
straight away, pretty much.
Club found out within maybe a week,
Who was the manager at the time there?
Alan Irvine.
Right.
So I had a meeting, suspended me for the week, and it was right. I let the club down, let the fans down, let my family down. You know, I was a young kid, shouldn't have been going out. Should have been concentrating on my football, but just celebrating. You know, I'm from Leyland, I'm a Preston lad. It was a big thing for me that I'd got so close. That I knew I was going to make my debut in the next month, because he told me basically that he was thinking about playing me in the cup. Went out celebrating and just did a stupid thing. Still regret it now. And then, sent me back 6 months. Yeah, I had to go train with youth team again. And
what were going through your head when you got done for the drink driving at the time? Like, because you'd still not made your debut for North End?
No.
So what was going through your head
when I'd done it?
Yeah. Do you think
I've messed it? I've
done it.
I thought they'd tap me, to be fair.
What did your family think about it as well?
Oh, my mum would cry. I think that's probably the worst thing I've ever done. No, by far the worst thing I've ever done. Like, I remember my mum crying her eyes out, and I was just, you know what it's like when you let your mum down.
Yeah, like, it's the worst thing in the world.
It's horrible, and she was just bawling in front of me, and I remember looking at her going like, I've proper messed up, like. But you can't take it back, can you?
Well, everyone's young once.
Yeah, you learn from your mistakes, but it's just a huge mistake to make at such a young age.
Yeah, we've all fucked up, haven't we? We have though, haven't we?
Yeah, but
you know, you can't. It's a bit different if you'd done it and then you got to 21, you've done it again.
Yeah,
you got to the next stage, done it again. Yeah. You know, you look at somebody like a player like Balotelli.
Yeah.
Joey Barton. Do you know what I mean? Players like that who just re-offend.
I just knew I fucked up. It was horrible, and I think I was more so mad at myself that I knew I set myself back, and I really wanted. I didn't get to play under Irvine, and I was dying to. He was such a good coach.
After Irvine had gone, it was then Ferguson who came in, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Darren Ferguson, son of Sir Alex.
Yeah, son of Sir Alex. Yeah.
And was it him who handed you your debut?
Yeah, he did.
And who was that against? The North End debut?
Bristol City away.
Good debut. Do you start or come off the bench?
No, come off the bench. Yeah, it was good. You never forget your debut, ever. Like if you ask any player, especially for a hometown club, they'll know.
Yeah.
And it was about 76 minutes, and I just remember him shouting down the line, pointing at players, and there was 3 of us warming up, so I was just like, I think he's shouting you to go back. And he was like, no, you. So I've gone to other lad like, I think he's shouting for you to go back. He was like, no, fucking you. Running back, buzzing. So nervous. Had the biggest kit on. I must have come on and they must have thought, mascot's coming on, like, it's massive. We got beat, but it just didn't. I know it sounds bad. I know we got beat. I should be wanting to win. But don't take away any shine. I was so happy just to get on the pitch and play for them. Yeah.
How was it? I mean, in that group of players, when Ferguson took charge, I remember Fergie had loaned a couple of lads, hadn't he? So was you Danny Welbeck? Would you've been playing with Danny Welbeck? Was it around that time?
He was starting more though. He came as like, he's got to start. I was more coming off the bench. I played with him a little bit. We took him, Matty James, and Josh King. I think he might have come seasons after. Like, they've all gone on to have amazing careers, but you could tell that they were
the next.
You could just tell from playing against them and playing with them that at that age they were unbelievable. The talent was Josh King. I thought was probably the best out of them 3.
Yeah,
you could tell he had raw pace. I remember him played in the cup at Stockport away, and he's got the ball and just ran past about 4, just sheer pace, like the quickest I've ever seen.
You're not a slow player either, are you?
Nothing compared to him.
No.
Like, he was shit off a shovel, like gone. He was lightning. He was a good lad as well, to be fair.
Yeah?
Yeah, top lad.
He's still at Bournemouth now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's flying.
He's doing well there.
Really well, yeah.
I mean, I'm a United fan. I remember when we got rid of him. We were only young.
I think he'd play them, you know. I think if he was there now, he'd play 100%.
No.
I think he is that good.
I think a lot of players could come play United at the minute.
They could.
As long as they play,
As long as they work on.
Well, yeah, because we won't get on to United.
No, it'd be a long podcast. That
but yeah,
we got into that. Jesus.
What was Ferguson like?
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I loved him. I thought not just because he gave me his debut, my debut, but he was encouraging. His man management were good, really good. He knew when to take young lads out, and his training sessions were brilliant. Probably maybe not as good as Irvine's. Irvine's was top draw. Like
the training.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Like when he used to step up and that, I loved training. And he had high standards every day, which I like.
Yeah.
I prefer it to be like that than just, a bit of a...
Just toddling on.
Yeah. But no, Ferguson's good. I think he just tried changing a bit too much too soon. I remember played Swansea away and I was right mid 20, maybe 21. No, I think I was 20. Adam Barton was something mid 20. Paul Coots might have been 20, 23. I mean, Keith Tracy left mid and he might have been 22, 23. It's just a young midfield in the Championship.
Yeah.
Against such a good team. And I just think he got rid of maybe... Like, I'm good friends with Chris Sedgwick, and he got rid of him. And just for me, so even if I just wasn't playing, but I was learning off Sedge. And,
yeah.
And I was still only 20. Could have kept him for another season, played him, I could have learned off him. And I think that's the only thing, maybe just tried getting rid of the experienced lads maybe a season too soon.
Yeah. Did he ever bring his dad down?
No, never.
Never?
Never.
You never seen Fergie there, no? That surprises me, that.
He might have come to watch the games, but he'd never bring him. I don't think he wanted it to be like that. He didn't want to be step out of his shadow.
Yeah, he didn't want to live in his dad's name. No, of course
not. And he's gone on to do really well. He did well at Peterborough, didn't he?
Mm.
Not so great at Preston. Took Danny back up. And I fancy Peterborough this season, to be fair. He's brought in some good players.
Yeah?
Yeah, I fancy him to do well.
They didn't... Where did they finish? They were in the playoffs, weren't they, last season?
They were absolutely flying and just petered out towards the end.
Yeah.
I just think they just missed out on the playoffs, didn't they?
Tough league, that League One.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Was you still at North End when they went down to League One?
I was, yeah.
So you got relegated with them?
Yeah.
How was that? Because...
I think it was more, for me, I was more devastated as a fan than I was... I know it sounds weird, but I didn't really play much. Played a couple of times under Phil Brown and that, but I wasn't consistently there. I was more in the reserves.
Yeah.
So I think as a fan, I was more devastated than I was as a player. I was gutted. Like I said, when we were growing up, Preston were a massive team. In my eyes, they were huge. Because it was always in playoff finals and going for the Premiership.
The Bolton, the West Ham.
Yeah. And so for me, there was always a team that was challenging for Prem. So to see him go down, I was devastated.
Yeah, I know it had quite a big effect, didn't it, all around Preston, really, that.
It did, yeah.
And it took him, three seasons to go back up, 3 or 4.
Phil came in. Yeah, 3. I think it took him 3 seasons, maybe 4. Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah. Well, they're back there now, back in the Championship.
Flying.
I think that's their level for now. They're a very steady ship, I think, Preston. They are under. Do
you know what? I think money
under Hemmings.
I think money talks in Championship, don't it? I mean,
yeah,
you're not going to see like in League One in a couple of seasons who's gone up. You see like Burton going up, who have low budget. Maybe Luton have gone back to that.
Yeah,
it ain't going to happen in the Champ. Like Rotherham was not going to go up and go up again. Luton aren't going to go up and go up again on their budget.
No,
I think they've got the right manager of Preston at the minute. 100%. I think he's unbelievable. I think he's a top manager, and I think if he got maybe a bit more backing, maybe a bit more money, I think they'd have a right goal.
But you was talking about the money then, but I think the best player in the Championship last season, he got voted the best player as well, was Timu Pukki, the Finnish striker for Norwich. Yeah. And that, my missus is a Leeds fan, like a raving Leeds fan.
Is she, yeah?
Yeah. And she always bangs on about Patrick Bamford not being good enough to take Leeds up. But I always said to her, if you'd got Pukki on a free and played him instead of Bamford or Roof, I think that was the difference.
Yeah, I do. But do you not think them sort of players... no one knew of him, did they? Beforehand, do you not think they're 1 in 15?
I knew of him just from like pace on Football Manager and FIFA.
Yeah, that's how you know playing Football Manager. Yeah, I was like that. Yeah, when I was younger. Yeah, you know players from that. But they're 1 in 15, aren't they? Do you know where they go when they score? How many goals do they score?
32. 32 in a season on a free.
They are 1 in 15 then. Maybe 20.
Yeah.
I don't know any other player that's done that where you've gone. I'm not quite sure who he is, and then they've gone and scored 32.
Who's the best freebie you've played with? I like lads. Actually, that's a good question for you. So you're at a club, you're at Bury, and they sign a lad on a free.
Right.
What's the thoughts of you and your teammates when a player comes on in on a free?
Well, it depends. I mean, if you know who they are, though, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like we signed. Do you mean if they've got no club, like me in a month's time?
So say if Bury signs someone from like Drogheda United in the Irish League, right? So you wouldn't have heard of him.
No,
this lad. Yeah. How would he get treated in the dressing room? Because he's young Paddy McKennie, for example. He's not a real player.
I was going to say I'm going to look at him on Football Manager.
Patrick McKennie has come from Drogheda United to Bury on a free. 18 years old. And he's coming to the changing rooms. All lads are sat around. I'm Patrick McKennie. Nice to meet you, boys. Just signed on a free. What do all the boys think?
What do you mean? Nobody thinks any different. Everyone just...
All right.
Like, you accept him as a good lad. If he's a good lad, you accept him as a good lad off the pitch. And then on the pitch, you give him... Everyone's nervous. You give him maybe a month, see how he is, and then you make your mind up.
Do you get initiations when you move to a new club?
I hate it though, you know.
What is it at Bury?
You just got to sing.
What's your song of choice?
Mine? No, I've been there for 6 years. I didn't sing.
So what was your initiation then when you joined?
When I joined Bury?
Yeah.
No, I didn't sing. You had to sing in the fine.
What you said? I'm not singing.
No, I said what's a fine? So it's either sing or fine.
Right.
But for some reason at the time the fine was like 25 quid.
So
I was like, right. So I give him 25 quid. I didn't have to sing. But now it's like 500 quid.
What if you don't sing?
If you don't sing, it's like 500 quid. Like.
So would you rather give 500 quid?
No, I'd sing 100%. I am a stingy man. I would sing.
What would you sing?
Either Cortinas, Laid by James. That's honestly, that would be my song.
Where did it just get you up in the changing rooms or whatever on the bench?
So it's usually when like, do you know, like travel away on a Friday night, we stay in the hotel. Yeah, you have your dinner,
and they get you
start
up,
clinking glasses, like stood there on a chair, just singing. I hate it though. Do you know like if a lad's singing? Yeah, like lads are like videoing it. Watch, I like turn away. It makes me cringe. Yeah, it's horrible.
What's the best initiation song you've seen from?
Do you know who was good? Nicky Adams last year. So we're out on a night out. So you get one night out of pre-season usually. So you go through all pre-season, you work your ass off, and then the gaffer will go, right, we're going to go out as a team, a bit of bonding, go on a night out. So we played Chester away. Because the gaffer lives 10 minutes from Chester, he decided we'll go out in Chester. So we went out in Chester, to be fair, it's a good night. We went out in Chester and a band was on. And Nicky's got up and gone to him, do you mind if I sing? Like they're having a little break. So it's rammed, this place is rammed. He's got up and started doing, by the way, the band's an indie band, doing like Red Hot Chili Peppers. And
right.
He got up and did 50 Cent. And we're like looking at him like that, and he's like doing that with his
acapella.
Yeah.
What was it?
No, he did 50 Cent.
Yeah, what song? In the club or something?
What was it now? Yeah, it might have been in the club, you know. Yeah. Everyone looking at him like, oh no, like, he was brilliant to be fair.
Were you cringing then? No,
because
like,
I was drunk, I was singing along with me. I was like, yeah. It was good, yeah. It was.
Another thing I want to talk about is I know it was a taboo subject for years, and now there's a lot more light being shone on it. But I wanted to know about it in football, mental health.
Yeah.
Do you first of all, have you ever been affected by mental health in the game, or have you seen any of your teammates affected by it? Don't have to name drop anyone.
No, I'd never name.
And then, if so, how are clubs dealing with it nowadays?
Like like I said to you before the podcast, I'll be completely honest with you. I broke up with my ex years ago, so I was about 22, 23, and I lived with her since I was 18.
Right.
And I was with her since I was 18, so I've been with her for 5-6 years it was, and we broke up and she moved out. And to be fair, like she was like she was like my first proper girlfriend, and it hit me hard, to be fair. And like I always got on with Flickers before. He was a top manager. My management was top draw with me. I always got on.
Is
with
this
him.
at Bury? Yeah.
Yeah, and I just went in and seen him, and I just said like, I'm one of the lads lived with me. I lived with Danny Rose at the time, and I just went into him and said, look, I'm struggling. Like, I'm struggling to come in at football. I'm struggling to play games, and like I know I'm not at my best, and I think it's down to this. Like, anyway, brilliant. He said, look, go away, have a week off. Here's a number of someone. And I just started speaking to him, like, and he was good, really good. He, I think Rosie helped though. I lived with Rosie. I moved Rosie in. He needed a place to live, and he's probably my best mate in football now.
Yeah.
And he moved in, and he just, if anyone's got it, it won't, like, but he came in, booted my door open, and just went, oh. I was laid in my bed at the time. I probably didn't move for the week that I was off. I didn't move from my bed. Like I was struggling, and I thought he'll go home. He'll not want to be around me, like, because Gaffer's pulled him. He said, I've told Rosie, like, I had to tell him. So Rosie's coming, booted my door open, like looked at the door like that. She's gone, oh, stinks of sadness in here, like, and it sounds like he's taking the mick out of it, but. He wasn't. He was just breaking the ice. And
yeah.
And you know, and then we talked. We had a good talk for about an hour and that. And he was a big part of me coming through the other side. Obviously, getting with my now fiance, probably about 6 months later, was not a massive help, because that sounds like I got with her for the wrong reasons. She got the best of me. I think if she met me 6 months before,
what a miserable bastard.
She'd have gone, God, this guy's miserable. Like, and
yeah.
She wouldn't have been with me, but I think Rosie was a big help getting me through the other side. Like,
I think with footballers, what the fan doesn't see is like that situation.
Nobody.
You know that situation you went through.
Yeah.
It would have been easy for a Bury fan at the time to say, oh, it's faking injury. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
And all these things are getting written, and I think a lot of people are quick to judge footballers about, you know, when the head ain't in the right place.
Yeah.
And it's easy to point the finger, but I think what a lot of people do forget, like, footballers are still humans.
Do you know what though? I think if they knew, they wouldn't judge. But I think they can only take what they're being told. So I've got no animosity towards any fans who might say, oh, you know, he's playing shit. They pay their money to watch their team do well.
Yeah.
So I think I knew I was having a bit of a tough time, and I think that's why I pulled myself out a little bit. Because I knew I wasn't doing well. I knew I wasn't.
Was it affecting your performance?
Yeah, 100%
quite a lot,
it was. Yeah.
You couldn't concentrate.
No, I couldn't like. Because I knew as soon as it ended, I just wanted to get off the pitch and go home. I didn't even want to go, to be fair. Like, I just didn't want to be there. I really didn't. And it really started to affect me. But like I said, they were good, and it is a taboo in football that needs to be addressed. It does, 100% it needs to be addressed. Because you don't feel...
Do you think players are scared to talk about it just because it's such a manly sport, and you've got Big Dave down the boozer, who's like 8 pints deep, like you should be fucking scoring goals, not fucking crying out for goals. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe.
Well, it doesn't even have to be about, I know your case was for splitting up with your ex partner, but it can be a whole lot of different things. Do you know what I mean? Depression, depression and anxiety. It doesn't have to be just about relationships. It can be anything. It can just hit you.
Yeah, it can.
I mean, I've had some shit time. Everyone listening to this probably had shit times, and they have had anxieties before. Some of the more unfortunate people who might be listening might have been depressed before.
Yeah.
And like me in my job, I work on building sites, and for me it was the other way around. I wanted to go to work
to get your mind off,
to take my mind off of it.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, when I was there, I'd be at work for like 2 or 3 hours. And then I'd be like, I don't want to be here anymore. Yeah. But then I'd come home and be on my own. And then I'd be like, oh, fuck, I should have stayed at work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the thing, I don't think it is just football, though. I think it's just in general. I think men struggle to talk about it. I mean, even now.
I think it's getting better now.
No, it is getting better. It's definitely getting better. I mean, I think football's doing all right. I think they could do more, but I think more people are, getting the confidence to come out and talk about it. And, I listened to another podcast, and a lad openly talked about it. He talked about how he struggled and that, and it is getting better, but it does needs to be more, especially for players that finish football. I think that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Needs more support maybe after football.
That's another thing I'm going to go on to on this.
You'd think I've read your questions, wouldn't you? Can't read that writing to me.
I know, it's like doctors writing. But do you think the last thing on the whole topic of mental health, do you think that social media, like not just in football, I mean society in general, I think a lot more people are getting anxiety and 100%. Depression because of what they're seeing online.
100%.
Because they're comparing themselves to everybody else. Yeah. And everyone does it. Do you know what I mean?
You do.
And it's bad. You don't want to, but you feel like you have to. I mean, I've said to a lot of my friends, if I didn't meet, I worked abroad for 7 years. And I met people from all over the world, all over Europe, all over. If I hadn't worked abroad, I don't think I'd use social media now. Yeah. I think Facebook's like one of the worst ones. But the only reason I use Facebook now is for the messenger.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I can stay connected to my friends who I don't see every day. And keep it. It is great to see what what your friends on the other side of the world are. See what they're getting up to. But then, like I said, there's then the flip side of that.
Yeah. Which
is you get young girls, for example. Me and Dan on the first podcast we talked about this. I used an analogy of like Kim Kardashian's Darth Vader. And all these young girls are like stormtroopers trying to be her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, what, and I was speaking with him about what these young girls are doing to their faces. They're injecting all this shit they don't know nothing about. They're 18 years old, these girls. I just want the big plump lips and everything. Yeah. There's going to be a time, like in 5-10 years' time, they're going to look back. Kind of like at our generation. Do you remember the girls were getting the Playboy tattoos?
Yeah.
They'll regret them now, won't they? Yeah. The Playboy donkeys.
Yeah.
But then I think in like 5-10 years, like I think, some of these young girls now, when they hit like mid-20s, 30s, like, what the fuck was I doing?
Yeah.
All because they was copying this celebrity who's probably been photoshopped in most of the pictures as well.
100%.
They're trying to be something what's not real.
Yeah.
I think that's a shame.
I think that is a massive thing, though. I have Facebook. Like I said, I only have Facebook because I've had it since I was, don't know when it came out, but since about 18. And like you said, like one of my mates lives in Australia, so I like to see what he's up to. And,
Tommy boy.
Yeah, Tommy. So yeah, but no, I agree with you. It is a big thing.
Yeah. So the next thing, we've touched on your career. I wanted to touch on life after football. What do you think? What do you want to do? Do you want to go into coaching or something similar, or do you just want to? Do you think you'll have or do you just not know?
Yeah, I just don't see myself having anything to do with football after football. I really don't. I love football. I love playing football. It's amazing. I think the crap that comes with football, even probably coaching, it's not for me. I think if I could say earn, I don't know, not now, after football, if I could earn, say someone gives me £1,000 a week or £500 a week, but you get that for the rest of your life. It's a steady job.
Yeah.
I get to come home to my family every day. I'd spend Christmas with my family for the rest of my life. I'd take the 500. I think there's so much. It's different, higher level. Higher level, you're earning stupid money. And you're always going to get another chance. Like, only takes for you to get, say you're coaching League 2, you get the sack. Where are you going? Do you know what I mean? It's tough. And like I said, I've done it for 17 years. If I get to the age I want to get to, say I get to 35.
Do you think that'll be the...
I think that'll probably be a cut-off point till my legs start crumbling and where like I can actually still enjoy running about in a field with my kid. Well, kids at the time. Well, hopefully kids. I think if I go any longer, I'll be like just on crutches or something. Like at 37, just trying to kick a ball to my kid.
So once the career's over, you know
what? I'd never say never because I love football and I love Ryan Lowe. If Ryan Lowe said to me, "Look, here's a job. Like, do you want a job?" I'd be able to turn it down because I love working for him and I like what he's about and what his football represents and what he does in football. So it'd be tough to say no, but you know, I'd like to go in financial advising if I'm being honest, because the amount of young plebs there are out there in football, it's scary. Honestly, it really is scary.
What the kids are spending the money on?
Yeah, like
just wasting it.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like honestly.
Can you give us you don't have to give names, but give us an example.
Okay. Well, Barry hasn't been paid for 4 months, right? So we've been getting money off. The PFA have helped us out, you know, with percentage of our wage, not the full wage, but percentage of our wage. So lad's like, he lives at home with his mum. He's probably got a phone. I don't think he drives. Probably hasn't got doesn't pay for car or car insurance, so I might pay for driving lessons. And like, he's telling other lads his skin, and then coming in with £600 pair of trainers. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what's up with you? And it's the kids. They scare me what they spend the money on, like
all materialistic things.
Yeah, I think instead of thinking, you know what, I'll save a bit of money to try and get a proper lad or something like that. They don't want that. They want to buy Moncler and McQueen's and shit that no one really gives a fuck about. Like,
has the materialistic stuff ever bothered you? No.
Like it hurt. If I pay £100 for a pair of trainers, it hurts me.
That is the Leyland in your son.
It proper hurts me. Like honestly, like lads are spending like. I've never been into it. Like I wouldn't spend £600 on a pair of trainers or £600 on a coat because it's just not me. I go out in Leyland. I go to Gables in a pair of Vans and a Vans t-shirt. Like it's just not me. I go to training in a Corsa. I'm not a flash guy, and it's just not me.
Would you say like you're one of the most humble lads at Bury?
Humble, stingy, yeah. I am stingy because I think these lads think it goes on forever.
Yeah.
And I know it doesn't. Like, I'm like, have you got a savings account? No. Okay. Like, some of the conversations I've had with some lads they're baffling. And I'd love to just be a financial advisor to say, when they're 26 years old, like, so what have you got behind you? You got a house? No. Savings? No, but I've got 5 pairs of McQueens in the cupboard. Oh, you're flying, mate. Yeah, you're flying. So I think I want to do that after football, but things might change.
Hard to be stingy for dummies by Danny Mayer.
Do you know, it's not even that though. It's what you say to him. I mean, I spoke to one lad. I was like, he's an alright player. He's a good player. I'm like, what's your plan? Like, he's 20, 22. What's your plan? You got a savings account? No, but I've just bought a house. Right, that's good. Okay. So what's your plan? Like, are you going to be a coach after football? I don't think so. So what's your plan? I'm going to buy houses. Right, okay, can you elaborate on that? Like, I'm going to buy houses, pay off all the mortgages, and then I'll just live off the rent after football. Like, oh fucking hell, you got this right. So what if you don't earn 50 grand a week to pay off these 150 grand houses, which probably what you need. So you get £500 a month off. Say 120 grand house, £500 a month. Say you want 3 grand, you need 6 houses. So you've got to earn fucking £900,000 in your career to pay off these houses. I don't know. All right, yeah. It seems a solid idea. Like you
keep buying them.
You're fucking flying, pal. Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like, it scares me.
Yeah, that's what a lot of young people think. Though,
yeah, I got lucky, me, because I started coming in with Chris Sedgwick, and he was like, he's sensible, and I came in with him for about, and I'm close with him. Like, he set up what he does now. He's set up my life insurance and that, and just got talking to him, and just going in with 18 months, it made me like switch on.
And he give you some good advice there.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, he just said that. Like, he set up my savings account and that, and he was just switched on, and it switched me on, to be fair. Is there a lot of like,
it's like you're like, well, you're not old, you just turned 28, and you actually your birthday's 7 days after mine.
Is it?
18th, aren't you? October.
18th I am, yeah.
On the 11th. You're Libra.
I don't know.
You don't know your star sign?
I don't care about star signs. I don't read them in paper, do I?
Do you know where I used to read star signs?
Where?
I'm going to take you deep now. I used to read star signs when I was at my mum and dad's house when I was younger. There used to be like a little basket full of magazines next to the toilet. You're like, take me out, OK magazine. Fucking Sharon got cheated on by her husband 3 times, and then she stabbed him in the head. You know, all them articles, and on the back pages of them books, you used to get the star signs. It'd be like, you know, what was she called? Mystic Meg or whatever.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I'd go through Libra, and it'd be like, Libra, this week you're going to stumble upon somebody who's going to give you some really, really good advice. And then it was like, I'd spend the week then as a young lad, like 10, 11-year-old. Somebody give me a bit of good advice. Like, she said it in there. Yeah, star signs.
Meg knows what she's talking about.
That's what
she's
I mean.
Flying.
That's what I mean.
No, I don't know what I am. I don't read my star sign.
Going back to your career, something that I missed out.
Yeah, go on.
Preston. I know you loved that club.
Yeah.
And I've never asked you about this. What happened there? I remember once you'd been at Chef Wednesday for a while.
Yeah.
And I seen you outside Royal Bank of Scotland in Leyland. This is years ago. And you were at Chef Wednesday at the time.
Yeah.
And I said to you, how's it going at Chef Wednesday? And what do you think you came out with towards the back end of Wednesday?
I hated it.
Yeah, that's exactly what you said to me.
I hated it.
You said it's fucking hell.
I hated it.
What happened at North End start off with? Sorry, I'll just jump the gun.
Graham Wesley happened, to be fair. It wasn't the club that I supported anymore. I think if you ask any Preston fan, sorry, and they are truthfully honest, the club was a laughing stock. So, like I said, what I said earlier, when I was a kid, they're going for Premiership, playoffs every year.
Yeah.
Top players, like the football.
Under Moisey, weren't it?
Yeah. Under Irvine, there was in playoffs.
Yeah.
Paul Simpson, playoffs. Like, they were just a solid championship side. Got relegated, fair enough. They tried going a different route, didn't work, backfired, fair enough. And then the club started going in. Phil Brown had a good start, then he started losing it a little bit. just thinking the players were against him. They weren't, and then they brought in Graham Wesley. Now, don't get me wrong. Now that I'm older, like the stories on him are fantastic. Like he's a character. Like he's a lunatic, and he's probably the worst coach I've ever played for. Like.
Can you elaborate on the lunatic bit? It's just like one story you have about
what's
him.
He got? So, I've got loads. Well, like he's a millionaire. Okay, so he's a millionaire besides football through his business.
Yeah.
So we're playing 5-a-sides, and he's gone. Right, whoever wins, I'm going to get you a bottle of Chanel. Brand new Chanel Sport, 60 quid each. We're doing 5-a-side on a Thursday.
2 foot start coming out.
Like, lads are like running about anyway. My team won, and I thought he won't give it us. Next day, bottle of Chanel. Like the guy's a freak. What else did he do? He was just a lunatic. What did he do now? I had a big argument with him, proper Barney. I scored this. Me and him I wasn't like, he used to text you. Like 8 a.m. No, that was it. Okay, I got another one. He used to text a player. He used to text players saying on a Friday, I like to be inspired the day before a game from my players. Inspire me, ... That was his message.
And he used to send that to everyone.
So he sent that to the whole squad. So as banter, one of the lads was like, he used to such a freak, like, he used to say, tomorrow lads, we're going to eat people's faces. That's what we're going to do. We're going to eat faces. And so I used to be like, right, okay. So one of the lads texting back. He wasn't in the team. Right, on the Friday, he wasn't in the team. He texted him back saying, I'm ready to eat someone's face tomorrow. On the Saturday we're playing. He put him in because he texted him back that. So my response was, I'm not very inspirational. I wouldn't ask me. Like I just didn't want to put anything. I didn't want any of his shenanigans. He were bonkers. Do you know what? The funny though, when I look back on stories, he's got his. He's a
Scotsman, wasn't he, as well?
No, he's from London.
He's from London?
Yeah.
I always thought he was Scottish.
He come up to me once and went, out of the blue, and just went, don't like Southerners, do you? I went, what are you on about? Like, he went, you're a Northerner. You don't like Southerners, do you? And I went, depends who they are. Like, do you like me? And I was like, well, we're not mates. Like, you're my gaffer. But do you like me? You've only been here 4 days. Like, what are you on about?
Seriously, after 4 days?
It was something like that. We played like Yeovil away. Like I said, no, it'd been 2 weeks. Like, you were crazy. Do you know what? I remembered one now. It's gone. I like to be inspired day before a game.
You ready to eat faces?
That was it. He took me out the free kick wall. So, if you were stood in the wall, you used to have to shout, I'm going to take it in the face, to the guy taking the kick. So, like, the geezer's taking the kick, and I used to...
This is what this is what he signed you to?
This is what he put... No, so on the Saturday, like on the Friday when we're doing it,
right,
he put me in the wall, because he knew I didn't want to be in the wall. Because I'm soft. I make more bones about it. I'm soft. Like, I don't want to get a ball smashed in my face. So I stood there like, and he used to have to shout to the kicker 10 yards away, I'm going to take it in the face. I'm ready to take it in the face. And I went, I'm not shouting that. No chance. So he took me out the wall. He took me out the wall because I wouldn't shout, I'm going to take it in the face.
And he told your lads to say that in games as well?
Yeah. So like lads...
In games?
In games.
You were shouting at the opposition. Yeah. I'm going to take it in the face.
I'm going to take it in the face. It's in my face. Take it in the face.
Sounds a bit weird.
Geezer like kick it over the wall, top bin, and like running off like that. It was 1 in a million. He was, but he just. So like I said, going back, he just changed the club, and I think he made it a bit of a laughing story. Like I said, his stories are fantastic. I laugh about it now, and if you ever met him, like I'd love to go over stories with him because he was fucking funny. Like, but
give him a text, get him on the podcast.
Wait, that's what he did. Yeah, on text, he used to leave it GW. It's fucking nuts. I like to be inspired. ... GW, and We're going from signing players like...
What about Wesley here?
Yeah.
I thought we were about fine.
No, this was Wesley. Everyone was unbelievable. Graham Wesley was bonkers. Right. This was Graham Wesley. He used to do all that stuff, take it in the face and all that crap. But so like we're going from signing players like having players like Paul McKenna, Sedgwick, Neil Mellor, Ricardo Fuller. Do you know what I mean? You can just reel them off. St. Ledger, Lonergan, like unbelievable players. Nugent, yeah, Jesus, I can't believe I forgot him. Like, having them players where you're fighting, and then we got relegated. Still had good players like Paul Coots, Keith Stewart, unbelievable players. And these are no disrespect to the players; they are good players. Like, they're not. They're all right players that he signed, but not for Preston. Preston shouldn't be getting no disrespect to him; he's a top lad, but they shouldn't be signing a 30-year-old centre mid from Aki.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, he's not a young lad. He's had his chance at 30. Do you know what I mean?
If he's not seen his best.
Yeah, and then putting him as captain. So I've gone from we've gone from Paul McKenna, Ian Hume, Coots as captain to Procky, like, he's top lad, and then we signed just another couple where you're thinking, I don't really know where this club's heading.
Yeah.
It's like we're happy being in League One with the players that we're signing instead of going for top players. We're a big club. We're a good club in the Championship. Never mind in League One. We're probably the biggest in League One. Like, what are we doing?
Was there a bit of taste in everybody, like in all the lads' mouths in the dressing room? Then was there like almost like quite a tense atmosphere in the dressing room at that time when he was there? When he was in when he was in League One, you could, when you couldn't see him going forward.
No one liked him. That was the thing. Because we're getting at 9. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining about doing 9 to 5 if it's productive.
Yeah.
Get me in at 9, take me home at 5. I'm not bothered, I love football. Make it productive.
Yeah.
Like, we're going at 9, starting at 11, so hanging about for 2 hours. Then going outside for 2 hours, doing terrible training sessions. Then going in the gym for an hour.
What kind of stuff did he have you doing?
Oh, just... So if you was a midfielder, I got out of it because I went, Gaffer, I want to score more. Can I go with strikers? Because every Thursday they used to go off. Defenders do defending sessions, midfielder sessions, striker sessions. Strikers were brilliant. All they do is finish.
Yeah.
Midfielders would stand on either side of pitch, like on wings, boot the ball to each other, sprint across, and they boot the ball to... This went on for about 45 minutes.
That's what you're just doing?
This is what midfielders did. Defenders would just head it. That's it. Balls are coming from everywhere. Head it. Like, it was just non-productive, and it was just like, I just thought, I'm getting worse here. Like, as a player, you've got to play with better players. Sessions have got to be good to get better. I'm going to get worse here. And he just took the club, and I just think it became a bit of a laughing stock. Because obviously everything gets around in football, people are finding out what we're doing. That was it. Okay, one session. Right? So, we did a session for 2 hours outside. I was injured at the time. And usually you'd go back in for an hour, do weights.
Yeah. But
it was about 4:15. So you usually do weights at about 3:30, 4:30, get showered, go home for 5.
Yeah.
About 4 o'clock, it was like, right lads, we're going to do weights, but because it's late, we're going to do them out here. No, lads, alright. I'm looking outside thinking, what are they doing? So they were doing weights, but they didn't bring any weights out, and they didn't do press-ups. So they were doing imaginary weights. I promise you. I promise you. I know you're thinking of this. And if anyone listens, they probably think I'm bullshitting you. And this is what happened. We had a lad on loan from Arsenal.
Who was he?
Reece Murphy, I think his name was. And he was doing bicep curls, right? With a fake weight. So, doing this in the middle of the pitch.
Well, he's like nothing in his hand.
Nothing.
He's like...
nothing, so he's like that. It's basically like...
Imaginary
weight.
Like when you're a kid, imagine you have this in your hand.
Yeah.
You're joking me.
I kid you not. And everyone's stood around the centre circle. I'm looking out the window like this at training. And they're all like that. Right, so this Reece Murphy's going, like, taking the piss, going 105, 106. This is what I've been taught, 105, 106. He's going, no, you're not doing it properly. doing imaginary fucking weights. Like, what do you want me to do? He went, I want to see it in your face. So, like, Graham Wesley's gone up to him, like, stood this close from his face, and he's had to go like pretend in his face. He's like, this was this guy, and it was just fucking bonkers for 6 months.
Why did you have him doing that?
Because
just him?
No, everyone had to pretend.
You all had imaginary weights in your hand.
Everyone. Like, this was our weight session. I didn't, because, like I said, I was injured. I was inside with physio, and I'm looking out. Spoke to lads like, what are you doing out there? And he went, you're just doing fucking imaginary weights. Like, tell a story like, so lads were on centre circles doing that, doing like biceps, like, oh, my triceps are killing me, bench press on the floor. It was a funny.
Why?
Because he was nuts. He's nuts.
Is he the most bizarre character you've had as your manager?
As a manager?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Thingy comes close. Kevin Blackwell comes close, but he was, by far Graham Wesley.
But did you get on with him?
Weirdly, yeah. Weirdly, because
was he like your Uncle Knobhead? Was he? He's not the kind of character he was. He was just like.
It was more like cousin dickhead that you see. Like, do you know, even weirder than that. At least you see your uncle a bit, but your cousin's fucking nuts. But you see him like once a year, and he's bizarre as fuck. It was so bizarre that it was funny, and I did alright for him. I got like Young Player of the Year at Preston that year. Like, so I did alright for him, and so we got on weirdly, proper. Like, it was like, if I knew, and I used to never say morning to him because it used to piss him off.
Why?
Because I didn't. So if he texts me, I won't text him back, and it used to proper piss him off. Just because I knew it annoyed him. So I wouldn't do it. And he said morning to me once, and I went, yeah, morning, Gaffer. And he just went, I can't believe I got a morning from you. He went, me and you might actually be best friends. We might get on. I'm going, yeah. He were fucking bonkers, like. Bonkers.
So at the end of your career at North End, the end of your spell at North End, what happened there? We've just gone on a Graham Wesley road, haven't we?
We just, I don't even remember the question.
Down memory lane with
you might as well just say
Graham Wesley.
Talk to me about Graham Wesley for about 15 minutes, and I'll fucking
One last thing on Graham Wesley. Is he still managing anyway? Is he not? What's he doing? Do you not text him anymore?
No, I don't have his number. He dropped. And then, do you know what though? He's a multi-millionaire. Like, he don't need to do it.
He just did his shit.
Do you know what? He probably just went, do you know what? I don't need this shit.
He used to get home from work. How do you get on a training today, love? Yeah, I had all them mugs on centre circle doing imaginary weights.
Listen, you know, here's some stories I've told him. I've told him that my kids call me medal winner.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said, yeah. So we got him from Stevenage, and to be fair to him, right, I don't know how, but he was unbelievable at Stevenage. He took him from like conference to like League One in like 3 seasons. He kept getting him promoted. So obviously he got medals, and he said, my kids call me medal winner. How old are they? Fucking 3. Like, what are you on about, you freak? Like, medal winner, yeah. He was bonkers. Like,
if you seen Graham Wesley, no, this will be the last thing on Graham Wesley.
Oh, okay.
If you seen him in the street now, sorry, not in the street. You're in Asda doing your weekly shop, and you're going down the cereal aisle, and there's Graham Wesley picking up his Weetabix, and he looks you dead in the eye, catches you with his trolley. You've got your trolley. What do you say to him?
Do you know what? I'd stand there and have a chat with him. I would, because he were that. But I'll tell you what, this is the best story now. After this, I promise you I will not go on about him. We've got a lad, top lad, J. O'Shea, very good player, like at Bury. And I was telling a story about Graham Wesley at Bury, and he told me I didn't know he went on loan to Stevenage. Right. So J. O'Shea's gone on loan to Stevenage, and he's manager at the time, and he's coming down to the back at bus, like buses like that. There used to be one of them. Do you know, like the circle ones at the end, and everyone sits around it. So someone's gone to JO. He's just been there like a week. He's going to come and fight you, and Joe's gone, fuck off, you're manager, what are you on about? He said, no, seriously, he's going to come and try and wrestle with you. You have to fight back. So I'm going, so Joe's gone like, no, you're lying to me. He went, right, I promise you now. He said, we had this lad on trial. He was unbelievable. And Graham Wesley started fighting with him. Got him in a headlock. And the player wouldn't fight back because it was the manager. So he didn't sign him. And he said, I didn't sign that player because he won't fight back.
You fucking joke.
I promise you now. So
this is not the strangest initiation ever.
So J.O. went, you promise me now? He went, yeah. So J.O.'s like, he's waited till he got to the back. J.O.'s jumped out of his seat, got him in a headlock. This is the manager of his football club. He's got him in a headlock, like, fucking up lads are digging him. And he's going, yeah, go on then, J.O. Like, he's in a headlock going, yeah, go on, J.O., go on. That sums him up. That is bonkers.
He was encouraging him.
Yeah,
like, get tighter.
Fucking go on tighter. Like, yeah, best story I've ever heard. That. I mean, I love my stories about him, but when J.O. was telling me, it was fucking funny. Got him in a headlock and he's encouraging him. Brilliant.
So you're leaving North End?
So I he made out that I went into him and I said, I want to play higher.
Right.
Because everyone kept coming up to me, what do you mean you want to play higher? I was like, no, I never said that. I've only been there. I've only done alright for Preston for one season, come into my own that season. I never said I wanted to play higher. I just said to him, I can't see myself playing for you. But I thought it may be a bit of a conversation, like basically say like, oh, what's up? We'd have a talk about it because we got on. We'd have a talk about it. We'd sort it, and like I had another year or 2 years left, and I'd stay. That's what I thought. And he just went, right, fuck off, like. And I was like, okay. And then he made out like I said I wanted to go higher and that, and it was just got messy for no reason. Basically, like I said, I just bought a house in Leyland that season.
Yeah.
And like in that January, I got linked with Cardiff, and I remember being devastated
because you've bought a house in the northwest.
Yeah, I was like, fucking, I don't want to move. So like 6 months later, they're saying like he wants to go to a higher club, but I just wanted to. I was happy. I love Preston. I was happy. I just wanted to make sure the club was going in the right direction before, like, I'm saying, like, give me a 12-year, like, just give me a deal and that. I just want to make sure that we're actually going to go for promotion and that he's not just going to be a freak and start getting players in headlocks and that, and I just wanted to make sure the club was going to go back to where I know it should be, and it just got so messy. And like I said, I was devastated to leave. I never wanted to leave. And then
Sheffield Wednesday came in for you.
Yeah, so Wednesday come in, and I just felt like I had to go. I didn't feel like.
Was this in the summer or in the January?
No, this was in the summer, yeah. And it just, like I said, it was a big club. It could have been a good move, but it just didn't work out that way at all. Like, one bit. And I think there was still a bit of me like, I remember I was like sat in the dressing room at Sheffield. I supported Preston that much. I was sat in the dressing room at Sheffield Wednesday on the LEP, like reading the paper about Preston. For fuck's sake, I wish I was there. Like, Jesus. Like, I was devastated to leave, and it hit me hard. Like,
was it hard? Was it hard to try and pledge your allegiance football wise? I know North End are always going to be in your heart, and because you played for North End and you were there from from being 9-year-old, £40 bottle of milk, and then now you're not there anymore.
I don't think it was that. I think it was more the fact that I didn't feel like they were having me right away. Okay, I went in.
Who was the manager there at the time?
Dave Jones. And I just went in and I just felt...
You feel out of place?
Yeah, proper out of place. Lads were top lads. Got on with them really well. And that... I know if you don't think a player's a good player, I know you don't, like, because I've been at Bury and I've seen some Quango players, like, and you know that you don't think they're a good player, like, I never got that, like, the players knew I was a good player.
Yeah.
And I knew that the staff just weren't having me. I don't know if it was because I was small. Like, we used to have Mikel Antonio and Jermaine Johnson on the wings.
Yeah.
Great players. But it wasn't me. Like, I was not their player. I'm not just going to knock it. And cross it and that. Like, and he put me centre mid, and every time I played centre mid, I did well. But he just never. I don't know if my face just didn't fit. I mean, played in the reserves every week, and I was best player every week. Like, used to score every week, did really well, and I never got my chance. Like, to the point where, like, I always kept my head down, and about 7 months in, I've just fucked this reserve game off completely. Like, just walked about, and then like assistant managers come for me. And I've just gone, you're a fucking liar. Like, just lost me. And I've just gone, you're a fucking liar. Complete and utter liar. What? Why am I a liar? You can't fucking walk about in a reserve game. Who do you think you are? I said, you've pushed me to this. I said, like, you fucking... Tell me every week that I'm close. Tell me every week that I might start. And then I'm either on the bench or in the fucking stands. I said, so you talk shit.
Yeah.
So I just lost my head, and then after that, like, they were fucking no going back, like... I lost it, and I just went, right, fuck off, and walked off. Like,
was you still living in Lancashire when you was playing in Yorkshire?
No, I was gonna. I should have, to be fair. I rented first season I rented a house in Sheffield.
Right.
It's just not me. Like, I'm not a city boy.
Was you just living on your own?
No, I lived there with my ex at the time. So
right.
But I'm just not a city boy. I don't. Just not for me.
Something about this town, isn't there?
I just keep coming back.
You do?
I do. It's crap, but I love it. Like, no, it's not.
Might be a shithole, but it's our shithole.
Yeah, it's one of them. No, it's just, it's a lot better than what it used to be. I mean, like when we were like 18, that was a bit rough, but I don't think it's that anymore. I don't even think that's some great pubs.
Yeah,
love the Gables. Love the Gables.
So then, from when it was going downhill at Chef Wednesday, they loaned you out to. When they loaned you out to Southend, didn't they?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing about
this will be the quickest. So, like, we talked about Graham Weston for 15. This will literally be like 30 seconds. I didn't want to go.
You didn't want to go to Southend?
I didn't want to go Sheffield. Sheffield was too far for me. He forced me. You fucking going to Southend. I'm not going to Southend. You fucking are. I'm not. You fucking are. Right, fine, I'll go Southend. Like, so,
how much does a player have to, how much is their say and how much is your say worth in?
Do you know what? Now that I'm a bit older, if you try to get me to go there, I'd have gone, not a chance. But I was young then. I was like 22. I was a bit like nervous, a bit shy. And
did you ever have agents or anything?
Yeah, and he told me it was a bit. He's not my agent anymore. He told me it'd be a good move. I was like, I don't think it fucking will.
Southend, where was they? But was they in League 2 at the time?
Yeah, and they were.
And Chef Wednesday were in Championship then.
Yeah, and I did all right at Preston in League 1 the year before, so it was a bit like
just dropping too many levels.
Not just like fucking miles away. It's just like
southeast, isn't it?
It's just not for me. Like, do you know, like I said, I've gone from not wanting to move from Leyland to going to Sheffield to going to Southend in like 8 months.
Yeah, and
like I remember like going there. I remember manager. I got on the bus. We were playing Wickham away. I got on the bus. And manager went to me, Danny, I don't think I've seen you smile since you've signed. I said, I really want to go home. So it's too far for me.
The Southend gaffer this?
Yeah. So I just want to go home. It's too far for me. I think he was so taken back. He just went, all right, good lad. That was it. And then like the month ended. And he just
was it just a month loan?
Yeah, it was a month's loan, and he just went, I know you want to go back, so get yourself off.
You played 5 times.
I know. And he just went, get yourself back. Like, I just went, yeah, sound. It was the most pointless loan.
Did you feel sorry for the club because
I did.
you just got forced there? Like,
I felt sorry for them because they were going for like the playoffs and like they wanted to sign a player that was going to have a goal. Yeah.
And then they thought when they got you,
I should have had a go. I should have gone down there open minded, but it was just too far. It just wasn't for me. And like I said, they didn't see anything that I could have done because all I kept thinking was, fucking, I'm dying to go home. I was like ticking the days off.
Yeah. like in
prison. Porridge. It was like porridge,
yeah. Striking him off.
I like that. One more down. Oh.
Do you think that happens to too many lads though? They're getting forced to go on loan to places where they don't want to. Like you said, you wanted to be in the north, in the northwest. Then you go into Yorkshire, and then them in Yorkshire they're trying to ship you over to Essex.
I think Do you know what I think they should? I think if you're going to send that lad out on loan, you just got to make sure it's right for them as well. Because if it isn't, it's a pointless loan. They're just going to be unhappy. They're going to probably sulk, and then it's going to be. It's not going to do the player, the club, or the parent club any good. It's a pointless loan.
Yeah.
They might as well just because I remember at Bury, I've been out a year. I was out for a full year, and then Lee Clark was trying to send me out on loan. So I've been out for a year. Got injured in November. Come back the following November. And that was it. Yeah. So got injured in November, and that summer I was still injured. Just come back from like a really bad infection. Was in hospital for a week on a drip. Like it got really bad, and he's like ringing me up. Shrewsbury want you. Great. I'm injured. Like I can't run. What? So you don't fancy Shrewsbury? No, I fucking don't. And I'll never forget it. He pulled me in one day. He's gone, Mansfield want you. And I went, I'm injured. Like, what do you not get about this? I'm injured. This was in July, and I didn't come back till November. Right. So that's how injured I was.
Yeah.
Mansfield want you. Great, but I'm injured. Like, I'm going for an injection in like 2 weeks down in London. Like, I can't. Well, yeah, they don't mind that. Like, they said just, they'll still take you. I don't want to go. But your mate said, Danny Rosie's there. Your mate's there. I went, my mate's at Bamber Bridge. I don't want to go on loan to Bamber Bridge either. Like, it don't matter that my mate said. It's got to be right for me. So, like,
who's saying this to you? Your agent?
No, Lee Clark.
Oh, right.
But your mate's there. Fucking one of my better mates is at Bamber Bridge, but I don't want to go play at fucking Bamber Bridge either, pal. That's what I mean. When I got older, I was like, got a bit more confident and louder, and I was like, oh, fucking, if it's not right for me, I ain't going. Like,
yeah.
But I think it's got to be right for everyone, for them to get the best out of the player and the club for the player to progress and that.
Yeah. So from Sheff Wednesday, you went to Bury and you'd stayed there for 6 years.
Yeah.
And you settled there.
Yeah, I loved it. Like, I've absolutely. And I went there with like the most. Do you know what? It took me till about 23 to probably get my act together. I was a bit like blasé, a bit not arsed. And I've gone on loan to like Bury, and I was just not like for first probably 4 months. I was just not arsed. And I know it's a wrong attitude. I know I shouldn't say it, but
did you think you were bigger than the club at the time, or did you think it was at a better level?
Yeah, I probably did. I probably thought, I can play higher than this, but I haven't proved shit. I thought I had. I think, like I said, I went on about young lads before who think they've made it when they haven't played a league game. I've played maybe 70 or 80.
Yeah.
Probably thought I could do better, but like I said, like not playing for a couple of years, I had to show myself again. And like I said, I went in with Sedgie and it was brilliant. And I got settled, started really enjoying my football, and then to be fair, they definitely seen the best out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, you've done well there, pal.
Yeah, it's been a good ride. Like,
next thing I want to talk about is abuse from fans. As a fan myself, I don't understand the abuse some people give on social media, or when they're sat in the stands, when them people who are dishing out the abuse know full well, like, they wouldn't be saying that to you in the street. They wouldn't be saying that to you if they seen you on, in a supermarket or whatever.
Yeah.
So, what's your opinion on? I know before you said about, like, if you wasn't playing well, then you deserve to get abused.
Well, not abused. I don't want them to fucking start calling me mum and that. Like,
that's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
what do you make of that from fans?
I'd love to say it's bang out of order, let's stop it, but let's be honest, it ain't going to happen.
No.
In 10 years' time, some little kid's still going to be saying your mum's a whore to some player. They are, like, let's be brutally honest, they are, but it's weird. If a Bury fan shouted to me, if I was on side and I'm having a stinker 4 or 5 games, you go, Mayor, fucking any chance? Okay, that's fine.
Does it rile you up?
No, it doesn't, to be fair.
But
like, it doesn't, because I'm thinking, you're fucking 15 stone or something, like, come on. I'm trying, if I'm having a stinker, but they pay the money, they deserve to.
Yeah.
They deserve to say, this is my club, they love that club, they want to see a player do better.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might have a bad performance. As long as they're running about and trying, I think it's different. I think if they're fucking it off completely, then...
Just walking around the pitch.
Yeah, there's no need for that and that. But, like I said, if they're doing it, doesn't round me up, might round some other players up. But if at least if they're doing that, then fair enough. But if they're going, Mayor, you're doing shit, your mum's a whore, then I'm like, fucking alright, mate. It's a bit personal.
What's the worst case of it that you've heard?
What I've heard?
Yeah. Things what people said to you in the stands, whether that be from you...
Me, do you know what?
Whether that's been from your own fans or opposition fans.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a bit oblivious. For some reason, I don't hear fans.
You don't hear anything, no?
Honestly, some guy could literally call me anything, and I don't hear it for some reason. I think maybe because I'm just concentrating on the game, but I don't hear everything. But I've heard, like, racist is the one.
Do you think it's still there, especially in League 1 and 2?
Maybe not as much, Probably from what I hear. From not what I hear. It's probably more, it sounds bad, but, abroad and that. It's like in Italy, it seems accepted.
Yeah. Like, well, you've seen the thing about, it was Moes, is he called?
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's scandalous.
And
and then his own players and coaches saying he shouldn't have reacted. Like,
was it Bonucci or Chiellini? He turned around and said,
Chiellini, I think.
Bonucci,
Bonucci,
saying, it's okay.
It seems more. That's what I mean. It seems more accepted. I think in England, it's. I've heard of racist abuse, but it's not like. It's not like it like every week. Like it seems every week in Italy. Do you know what I mean? Or every week in another country, or internationals. It happens all the time, but it doesn't seem. You get it a few times in the Prem, don't you? With like Sterling's at it. It's just But then you look at the men that are doing it. I agree with. I don't know who said it, but I think it was Ian Wright. It seems to be older men.
Yeah, it is. But so they think it's acceptable. Yeah.
So I'm hoping, like Ian Wright said, I'm hoping they get to the point where years and years to come.
Just start banning them.
They fucked. I know. Yeah, they should stop.
Just ban them. Give them live stadium bans.
I know. Yeah.
If that doesn't sort them out, then I don't know what will.
I know. Especially now, I mean, you can see everything, can't you, on camera? You know what it is. So you can see dickhead in corner who's 25 stone, who's giving racist abuse, who's fucking old as fuck.
What's the worst thing you've heard? Not like maybe not just to yourself, but like to a teammate. Or have you ever seen a situation where one of your teammates has reacted to somebody who's been out of order in the crowd, or even off the field? Have you ever experienced anything?
Yeah. One lad did it when we was in Edinburgh. We had this lad called Joey T, good lad, top lad, and there were two lads sat having a beer in. It was in the hotel we were staying in, having a few beers. It was our Christmas do. So it might have been like 4 a.m, and some lads got up to Joey T and squared up to him and gave him racial abuse. But he had like another lad who was like 6'5" with him called Kill O'Brien, who just nutted him, and that was it. Like, but yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't hear much. I'm quite oblivious to stuff, so I don't hear too much. But that's off the pitch. That was the worst one I've probably come across.
Have you been quite lucky then in your career? You've not really received any abuse, no abuse online or anything either?
I don't have Twitter, do I? Don't have Twitter. I've had abuse online. Yeah.
What kind of things come into your inbox? Because you are on Facebook. It's quite rare now that...
To be fair, I've not had it for years. I've not had it for a long time. It was mostly, like I said, it was mostly when I was leaving Preston, because the Preston fans got the wrong end. Not the wrong end of the stick. They got told they got told a lie. They got told what, and don't get me wrong, all they got told was that I wanted to leave their club. So I never got like your mum's anything. It was more like, you fucking traitor, like you're meant to be from Leyland, you
really,
you would see this, you'll never play for this club again. But I kind of thought, not that I get it, because don't get me wrong, I love Preston, but if a player has to leave, I won't go out my way on the internet to find his name and abuse him.
Yeah.
So I found that really weird that people actually search my name to abuse me. Like they're going out the way. Like they must have a good spare 10 minutes. Like, but it didn't really affect me because I just thought they're getting some story where they think I want to leave the club. Some of it was just, you're a traitor, and I was like, okay, well they think I'm a traitor, but like I said, they didn't know the real story.
I remember when we went out, it was about 18, 19. Barristers keeps getting mentioned in this fucking podcast. They have to sponsor me soon. Yeah. Do you remember when we used to? Yeah, everybody did. And they need to sponsor me, that pub. I swear to God.
Like, yeah.
For anybody who doesn't know what Barristers is, it's a pub in our local town. I remember me, you, a couple of others, Dan and Tom.
Uli and Tom, yeah.
We went in there, and I remember one Friday night, you were still at North End, and I remember somebody, some fucking old fella. I think you might have been out injured, or so you might not have been, but anyway, he was out for it. It was like fucking 12 at night. I remember someone scream over the top, "You're meant to be fucking playing tomorrow." And you kind of went, "Fuck off!"
Yeah, do you know, that was the thing with me at the time. I was a bit like I couldn't get my head around that.
All the fans of North End were around you all the time. Yeah,
and I shouldn't be. Do you know, even if I probably was injured, I wouldn't be. If I was playing the next, I've never done that. I've never touched a drink on a Friday. I've never touched a drink on a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday if I'm playing on a Saturday.
So he's probably injured.
So I've been injured, but like to them it's unprofessional. Yeah. Which, to be fair, it probably is. Like, if I'm injured, I probably was in the next. I shouldn't have been. I might not have been in the next day, but if I'm going out, I should just stay till the Saturday. But
did you get a lot of that in pubs?
Yeah. I've had.
Do you have more compliments than people slagging you, like? Yeah.
I don't really get any more. If people know like of me or they know me, then they'll just talk to me about football. Yeah. Because I'm a football fan myself, so they'll talk to me about football. They won't say what's going on at Bury, what about this. They just talk to me about football. Don't get me wrong. I've had it a few times where they've abused me, and if I'm really drunk, then I'll shout stuff back. But usually I'm just like, yeah, cheers. I don't really know who you are, so it doesn't really bother me.
So abuse-wise, they've been quite kind to you, haven't they?
Yeah, compared to...
Yeah, but you've not really done anything to piss them off, really.
No, not really.
Even after the car thing, nothing. Because you
were just stupid.
You're just too young then, though, for them to...
Just stupid and young, going out all the time, but you do, don't you?
Yeah. The next thing is... It's going to be one of the last things, actually. Ticket prices for the average, the modern football fan now.
Yeah.
Do you think fans are getting priced out of football now?
Yeah.
More so at, in the Premier League. I know a match day ticket at United is like, I think face value now, it's like 38 quid, 40 quid.
Yeah.
But then you've got to take it just seems to me like the club aren't taking, then you've got to go travel.
Yeah.
Then half time, you've got to get something to eat, refreshments before the game. I'm not saying like you have to go out and have 6 pints before you go on to the game, but then you've got your drinks, and then you've got transport home and everything. It's, for me personally, going to watch a game, I don't really complain about it because it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
The way I see it, everything in society is going up, but the wages aren't.
Yeah. That's true.
But it's like £100. £100
it's
to go and watch
£100 there, isn't it?
Which
when train ticket or driving, petrol, like it is parking.
Yeah. I think even North End now, I think that's like 30 quid.
Is it?
For a home game.
Yeah.
But
do you know what? The best thing, when I was there, best thing they ever did was we played. So average one at Preston, probably when it was in League One, was maybe 10,000, 11,000 maybe, which is probably about standard for them. I don't know what they did. I think they did a £5 ticket for everyone.
Yeah.
We played Tranmere at home.
I think I remember that actually.
And they got about 20,000.
Yeah.
Now I get it. They might be losing out on revenue altogether, but probably not by a lot.
But then on hospitality, they must make that money back.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. So I don't really get it. But then again, I'm not in that side of the game where I know. Look, it's all about revenue in it for a club. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. But looking from the outside, you'd have thought they'd do that, wouldn't you? Do you know, just
drop the ticket prices.
Drop it for a £5. Like, I mean, even kids, like, they're not even a £5. All the kids are like, so like, say you have your little boy who's 10, 11. It's not like a £5. So if you're going watching United, yours is 40 quid, his is 20.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's hard.
I feel like it's not really. It's turning into a machine now, and it's not really a working man sport like it used to be.
No, it's making it hard to be a loyal fan.
Yeah,
so people call you an armchair fan, but it's hard to be a loyal fan and pay. Say they're at home 3 times a month, £300 is a lot of money to pay.
Yeah,
a month.
See, as I've got older, I mean, all my life I've been a United fan. Some people are like, oh, you're this, you're that. Half my family, all my dad's side are from Manchester.
Yeah.
All my mum's side are from London. So for me, it was United or Arsenal.
Yeah.
They were my options. And my granddad's a City fan, actually. So no. So yeah. So I picked United. But as I've got older, I love watching football. I watch any football. Yeah. You know, whether that be conference all the way through to the Premier League, you know, international football, whatever. I love watching football still, but my allegiance just to one football club isn't what it used to be now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No,
especially with that fucking circus what's going on.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah,
that's a story, isn't it?
It's a farce, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but on the ticket prices, going on from that, should I say? Players' wages. A lot of fans have got problems with that as well. The way I see it is football's turned into this big machine now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of money involved. TV deals, sponsorships. It's gone bigger than I think anybody could have imagined.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's seen this 5 years ago.
But everybody moans. The first average fan, the Big Dave, like I called him before, with his 10 pints.
Yeah.
It's a fucking disgrace how much they're fucking making. All they're doing is kicking a ball around, blah blah.
Yeah.
You don't see people coming out of the cinema moaning how much them actors are getting paid when they're going to watch a film.
Yeah.
So why is it any different? It's not. I can see it from the footballer's point of view. People will think I'm siding with footballers here. I'm not. I'm just thinking of it logically. When you was 5 years old and you started kicking a football, you didn't know you was going to get X amount per week. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo didn't know he was going to get X amount per week. Do you know what I mean? All these big earners, he was playing football because he loved playing football.
Yeah. You're not going to turn it down, are you?
No.
That's what I mean. Like,
of course you're not.
Yeah, Big Dave shouting. Like, but if he... Like, Big Dave, we're going to give you 100 grand a week to play football.
I'll say Big Dave...
No, give 10. Give 10. Don't matter, keep the 90. Like, you're just not going to do it, are you?
Say if Big Dave's a bricklayer, for example.
Yeah.
If we said, we're going to give you 10 grand a week to lay these bricks. He's not going to turn it down.
No, of course you're not.
What do you make... I've always wanted to ask a footballer this question. What do you say back to them fans who complain about how much you lads earn?
I just think they'd do the same. I don't... If any fan, hand on heart, says that they'd play for free, I love this club, I'd play for free. So you'd quit your job and not have any income and play for free? Yeah, no, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. You play. In the end, right, I love football. But it's my job. I don't have a part-time job.
Yeah.
I do this every day, and if that club's willing to pay me what they think I'm worth, but fans are saying that's too much. That's not the player's problem. That's the club who have offered you that contract.
Yeah.
I think the thing is with fans is, I know you're on about actors. I think fans feel it more because they feel like they're contributing to the wages. Yeah. So your £100, say, obviously, big difference. Your £100 drop in the ocean to Pogba's wages.
Yeah.
But you think, I'm giving £100 to watch him. Fuck it off. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I think some fans think that. Where actors, you don't go to a film and go, give him £20 and he's acted shit. You just don't do it.
No, you don't. No.
And I think if a fan said to me, like, come up to me and went, you're not worth what we're paying you, I'd just be like, well, what do you want me to do? Not sign the deal and say, well, Dave over at Road thinks I'm only worth $250 a week. Do you mind if you just give me $250 a week? Like, it's just all relative, isn't it?
Do you think it's the wages are justified in a sense that the amount of money what goes into the game? We're talking drops in oceans.
I think.
Are they? You'll know personally. Are what you and the other lads getting paid? Are they? Is that just drops in the ocean compared to what the owners are making?
Lower league, no, probably not. I think if you go to lower league, if a club runs a club, cuts cloth accordingly,
yeah,
then they're making what they can afford. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a club's willing to give a player £5,000 a week, but they can't afford to give him £5,000 a week, then that's their wrongdoing. They should not be thinking, we really want him, we'll give him wages that we can't afford. Because then the club's gonna go like Bury, do you know what I mean? Where an owner's saying, well, I haven't got enough money to pay the wages, but the old owner says he's worth that, he's giving that, do you know what I mean? And that's what it gets like. I think in the Premier League, they can give Pogba $250,000 a week because they're fucking making bundles, do you know what I mean?
Mm.
It's, like you said, I mean...
Do you think how
much is it to get promoted to the Premiership? It's like 190 million. What do clubs get? 190 million?
Something like that. And then you get 100 million for going back down, something like that. Or do you get more for going back down?
You get parachute payments, don't you? So that's what I mean. So these clubs that get promoted to get 190 million. So if they're chucking 50 million, 30 million away a year, say, on wages or whatnot, they're still quids in.
Yeah.
So it's different. I think lower leagues,
I think
they just need to cut it accordingly. I think Championship's ridiculous money as well, though.
Do you think it should be capped? I know you're a player, so you'll probably say no, but you're like me now. You're a fan.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it shouldn't fucking matter. It shouldn't fucking matter. Who am I to say how much them lads on the fucking pitch should make? It's like them turning around to me and saying, you're going to paint that house and you're getting paid £1,000 to paint that house. That ain't worth a fucking grand. It's only going to take you a few days. I think you should be getting that much.
Yeah, no.
Why? I don't understand. And again, it might make me sound like I'm siding with a footballer here or whatever, but why the fuck does it matter so much? No, why does it matter so much to some fans?
I don't.
How much they make? What difference is it going to make to their life? Do you know what I mean?
I go back to some fans saying, contribute your wages. I generally believe that it's like that. They love that club that much and they feel like they are paying, I keep saying Pogba, but that A player's wages, that they genuinely believe that, like, not the only player, but their player owes them because they're helping them pay their wages. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think it should be capped, no, because if I go back to, it should be cut the cloth accordingly. Do you know what I mean? Don't give a player £5,000 a week if you can't afford it. Say to the player, we really want you, but we can only offer you 4. That is our limit, because otherwise we'll go out of business. And then the player decides. Do you know what I mean? I don't think they should be capped, because then it just gets messy, doesn't it then? Because then I just think, not messy, but...
Do you think that's what's happened with like the likes of Bolton?
100%. 100% like that.
And
Bury, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind saying Bury because it's been such a farce.
It's been all over anyway, hasn't it?
Yeah, everyone knows what's going on. Over the last 4 months, it's been that much of a farce. It don't really matter.
No, it's quite sad though, isn't it?
Devastating. Like I said, like I spoke to the guy from Bury Times, like the paper of Bury, and he was saying, "Do you want to stay?" And I said, "Yeah." This was about a month, maybe 2 weeks ago. He said, "Do you want to stay?" I said, "Yeah, I do." Of course I want to stay. I said, "I've been there for 6 years. I've loved it." I said, "I'm settled. My missus is living with me in Leyland. I've just had a baby. I wanted to stay. But I can't stay if I'm not getting paid, and I can't stay if they're not going to offer me a deal."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not forcibly looking to get out. I've just got to look after my family like every player has. I mean, like I said, they've not paid us for 4 months. PFA's helped us out, but it shouldn't be like that. I should have got promoted, enjoyed it, sat down with Bury, talked about a new contract, hopefully signed, and then I should be going back into pre-season, looking forward to playing against bigger teams in League One and enjoying it. But instead it's been like, it's just been an absolute shambles.
Yeah.
Just like I said, it took the gloss off promotion. It's just made the summer a bit of a ball ache, really. The
manager's gone as well.
Yeah, and there's good players at Bury, but like I said, I personally think the biggest loss is Bry Jensen, the goalkeeping coach, has gone to Shrewsbury. Manager and assistant have gone to Plymouth. The analyst, who's a massive Bury supporter, like I got on with Dicko. Like he's one of my mates, really close to him. The analyst has gone to Plymouth, and it would have killed him. That when we got relegated, he was in the changing room crying his eyes out. Like, the people that are the heartbeat of the club are leaving because they're not getting paid, and it shouldn't be like that. Like, I just feel for the fans, I really do. I mean, if you ask any fan,
well, a good set of fans are Bury fans, yeah.
Yeah, they are. And do you know what? Like, we owed them a lot after the season when we got relegated was pathetic.
I've seen you in an interview saying that was just a shambles.
It was from like this has nothing to do with Lowy though. I've said this in a couple of interviews. It started from Lee Clark, and Lowy had to pick up the pieces, and the pieces were all over the place. He's then done it in the summer, and it's been a miracle that he got us promoted. Like, he did that well, he got us promoted, and he played probably the best football that I've been involved in at Bury, and probably, I think if any fans say it's probably the best that they've seen for a good 10, 15 years. That's what they've said to me. And they should be looking forward to League One, playing the same way with the same players, but instead they're worried about losing the club, and it's just hard work. It's just, I feel for them, I really do.
If you had a message for the Bury fans now, what would it be?
Just thank you for the last 6 years. They welcomed me in. They supported me. They were brilliant. You know. Thank you for the 2 promotions. I mean, we got promoted twice at Tranmere away, and they were unbelievable. I mean, I've probably got my favourite ever football picture is the ball ricocheted from my cross and went in, and I've jumped into the Bury fans, and it's my favourite picture that I've ever got, and it's from a couple of months ago, and I just thank them all because they've been unbelievable, and I'm glad that I could be a part of such a good season, and I'm sorry that it ended the way it has done. I hope the club gets sorted and it comes out the other side, because the fans deserve it, the staff deserve it at the club, but I just couldn't even say anymore. Nobody knows what's going on, nobody's been told anything, and I hope that it gets sorted, and I hope towards the end that I get to come back to Bury, because I think at the minute it does look like I'm gonna have to go to another club, because I mean, like I said, I've not been told anything.
Going on to picture, you know what you said about a picture. I seen a really interesting picture of you.
Oh, why are you smiling though? It's going to be like
no. It's. I think it's quite recent.
Okay. All right.
The lads are celebrating.
Yeah.
And you're on the back of the referee.
Do you know what?
What's all that about? Was that at full time?
No, that's during we scored.
You jumped on the ref.
Do you know what? Right, nobody's asked me about this. Nobody, because the people at the club wanted to, but they were scared that if they brought it up, I'd get suspended.
Right.
And nobody's seen it, so we're playing. Like I said, my mate, one of my best mates, Rosie, plays for Mansfield.
Yeah.
And we're playing Mansfield away. No, at home. So we were playing Mansfield at home, and I've never wanted to play so well. Like me and Rosie are at each other, shouting at each other, just calling each other pricks and that. I'm gonna smash you and that. Do you know, there's no love lost. We're at each other, and he scored, which proper pissed me off. And it's 2-1, and we've battered him. And I've played well, and we've battered him. And I'm thinking, they're gonna win, and this smug fuck is gonna rub it in. It's gonna kill me. And we scored it last minute, and the referee was proper sound, dead nice. And for some reason, I was that ecstatic. I jumped on the first person that was in front of me, and it was the ref. And I've jumped on him, and he's just going, get off. And I've sprinted off because I thought he's going to send me off. But he was sound as fuck.
No,
he didn't even book me.
No,
I was sound as fuck. And then I thought, I went to analyst after the game and I went, mate, show me that video of us scoring. Hopefully it won't be on. Hopefully it's cut across. No, it's not. It's and then I've fucking come off it, and about 30 people have sent me a picture of me up rest bar. I was like, I'm going to get fucked here. But yeah, great picture. Brilliant picture.
What a cracker.
Yeah, probably the best thing I've done all season, that, yeah.
Right, we're coming up to, bloody hell, we're nearly up to 2 hour mark, so I'm going to round it up with some quickfire questions. Okay, like this. I'm going to start with a question you had when you first joined Bury, right? I've watched an interview of you. You've gone proper done your research. Yeah. It was some lady who were interviewing you, and you looked really nervous. I don't like interviews. I've got better as the years have gone on. Yeah. I literally said to the Bury people the media people at Bury, don't interview me, please don't. So I'll do 2 or 3 a season. I hate them. Have you found this? I'm talking to you, innit? Yeah, to be fair, I forgot it's there, so I was talking to a mate anyway. So. That's it. So in this interview, she said to you, what would you be if you wasn't playing football after school? What would you do? I probably said stacking shelves at Asda. You actually did say stacking shelves at Asda. Yeah. What was plan B? Stacking shelves at Asda. Or Lidl. Aldi pay good. Do they? Yeah, Aldi. No, do you know what? Honestly, because I remember I look back and I think I should have tried hard, and I wish I tried hard at school because it would make it easier when I do want to go into financial advising. I'm going to have to go through a process again, but like I said, I had all my eggs in the football basket, and it was literally I went to college, didn't try a leg in college because it wasn't something I wanted to do. You don't choose what you do; they put you into, and it's like sports science. And I thought, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do that. So. Literally, I would have, if I got released from Preston, I'd have come out with nothing. So I literally would have stacked shelves at Asda. That's no disrespect if you stack shelves at Asda. Look, a job's a job, fair play. But that's literally what I would have done because I had no qualifications. To me, school, speaking about school then, I think it's a load of bollocks, and these are the reasons why. Right. So you study there for five years, yeah? Subjects that you don't want to study. Yeah. So for me, maths and English, you've got to study them. Yeah. They're life, right? Then you're studying the compulsory ones. PE, brilliant. Fitness, anyway. Need to do that. But then you've got ones like religious studies that I couldn't care less about that. I'm not religious at all. I'm not fixed to any religion, so I've got no interest in that. But they make you do it. Yeah. There's other subjects that they make you do. So you do this 5 years, Then it gets to year 11, and then you're doing these tests, Mm-hmm. 5 years in high school for a fucking memory test for each subject at the end of it. Why? I know. Why? Why not wait? This is what the point that I'm getting onto. You're saying about life after football. Yeah. Then you could go and get a degree in what you want to do. Yeah. but you want to study that. So you'll want to learn that at a later time in life.
Yeah.
And I don't think adult education, I'm all for it because you're studying something that you want to study. I just think a lot of the things in school, kids are disinterested because it's a lot of shit.
No, don't get me wrong. I wish you never know what you want to do. Like
how can you expect a 16-year-old to know what he wants to do?
And like you said, I wish I knew. Obviously, I'm mad now because I wouldn't have done sports science at college because I don't even know what sports science is. Like it's crap to me. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be a sports scientist in football. It's not crap. It's good and it's improved football. But it was never something I wanted to do. Like I'd rather have gone into something where I think, right, that's what I want to do. Even if I just get like a B-Tech from it, at least it's like a step on the ladder towards where I want to go. And that's what every lad did. A sports science. I was like, it's fucking bonkers. Every lad. I was there with Burnley, Preston, and Bolton in Preston College. And we all did fucking sports science. So there was about 40 lads doing sports science. How many sports science jobs are there out there? It's stupid.
So back to the quickfire. We keep going way off track, don't we?
We do, yeah. So
I don't know. It's fine though. Don't worry about it. Like, it's fine.
I did. I said that. I said I had a stack shelves at answer because I didn't have any calls.
Another quick one. Have you heard about Brett Ormerod?
I seen him down the road the other week.
He's a DPD driver, isn't he?
Yeah, he was down
Fair fucking play to the bloke.
Have you not heard his podcast?
He's got a podcast.
So listen, right. So
so
I'll tell you afterwards because I don't want to like it's a different podcast. But
right.
So he's done one, and he says he does it because
just get him out of the house.
Well, he doesn't need it. He's done. Well, he shouldn't need it, but like he's played at Southampton. He earned enough money.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So he does it. He does it just to.
Is he from round here?
He's from like Blackburn, Clitheroe, I think.
But he lives in Leyland?
No, he's just... So he drives from Clitheroe to the DPD at Preston and goes around.
Right, alright.
But I think he just does it just to get out of the house.
Do you know him?
He was... Like, I was a young lad when he was coming through. Like,
right.
I could say hello to him, but we're not mates or anything like that. It was just like a guy that I spoke to.
Not just football friends.
Not just football friends.
Right. Soundtrack of your career.
Of my, what? The one that I prefer? Like,
no.
My favourite
Your football career.
Oh, gee.
So if you had to compare your football career to one song, what would it be?
Biffy Clyro. God and Satan.
An answer.
Yeah.
Best player you've played alongside?
I didn't play with him. Oh no, I didn't play with him. Best player I've ever trained with. I think make my debut with him. Paul McKenna's by far the best.
Yeah.
By far. But played with probably. No, he's gone on to do. Yeah, probably. I'd say Mikel Antonio, but like, he's gone on to do very well.
Where was you with him at?
Wednesday. He started at Wednesday. Like.
All right.
So he's gone on to do. Probably the best. I'm trying to think. No, Josh King. Yeah, Josh King.
Yeah.
What am I on about? Yeah, Josh King easily.
Best player you've played against, and the woman in that interview asked you the same question.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't think I played against Ashley Cole when I played Chelsea. No. It was Zirkov.
That's not what you said.
Joe Cole. Lampard. Terry.
Do you remember who you come up against?
No.
Ivanovic.
I don't think I come up against him, you know.
That's what you said.
I know. What did I even know? I was nervous. She said I was nervous. So I just threw in any player. No, playing against Zirkov. But...
A little sneaky rusher.
Yeah, he was a little sneaky rusher. Yeah, he was rapid. Zirkov.
Was it the FA Cup that? Or was
it was the FA Cup.
I remember that game. I can tell you exactly where I was sat. I'll tell you exactly where I was. Because I was buzzing for you, mate.
Barristers.
No, close. The Ship, when that were open, pub in our town again, people, because people just complain like...
Dirty couch, dartboard. Yeah.
Do you know the back door?
Pickled eggs on the counter.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
they did. But do you know the back door you walked in through the car park? So walked past the back door, and then you had the toilets, didn't you? Male and the female.
Yeah.
Then you had this little cove, didn't you, to the right of the toilet. So you got gents door here, and then you had like this little covey area here. I was sat here, and there was a screen there, and then you came on, and everyone. I forgot who I sat with.
Oh, but
we sat with.
So you're coming on. I never forget.
Fucking hell, mate, he's coming on.
I never forget because I wouldn't dare ask for anyone's top. So like after the game, I wouldn't dare go up to like a Chelsea player and say, please where's your top? This is how shy I was. Like,
Frank, can I have a top, please?
I was proper shy. So to be fair, John Parkin got me. He went, go and ask for one. I went, no, it's alright, it's alright. And he went and got me Joe Cole's.
Did he?
Yeah.
Still got it?
I can't find it. I'm convinced my ex
eBay.
Do you know what? Like, when this is.
It's got Bruce,
I'm not going to name her names, but she knows it. And I'm convinced that when she moved out, my ex has nicked it. I'm convinced by it.
No.
But, you know.
That's been eBayed. Deep.
100%. No, it's been burnt or something just out of spite.
You've got to pick one. The next question I ask you, you've got to pick one straight away. Pick one who you'd rather be. Blackpool or Burnley?
Burnley.
Do you hate Blackpool more?
No, Burnley ain't Prem. That's
No, I'm not saying who you're going to play for.
Oh, who I prefer?
Who do you prefer, Blackpool or Burnley? If you had to pick one.
Burnley.
If you could play in any team of any era, which one would it be?
Arsenal.
Which one, the Invincible season?
Yeah.
What would you tell a 16-year-old Danny Mayer?
Fucking work your ass off.
What's your favourite kind of tea bag?
Green tea.
Just any green tea?
Any green tea.
It's Yorkshire tea for me, even though Lancashire's...
No, do you know what? I'm not a big... I drink coffee. I don't really drink tea. Green tea, I don't mind a dabble in, but...
And the final question I've got for you, mate. What's the dream for yourself? Or should I say, the dream / end goal for you? Just
keep playing as high as I can. Like, look, I wanted to get to League One. I wanted to have... Luton went back to back. And it's a big statement, but I'm not saying that we would have won the league like Luton did. But I think the squad that we had at Bury was good. Like,
it's capable.
Probably I fancied us to at least have a goal, maybe get in the playoffs, and then I thought maybe, champ. So it's always to play as high as you can. But I just want to keep enjoying football. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, I've hated football before. I've mentioned it in the podcasts a few times. Wednesday, not hated it, but just didn't fit. Wasn't for me. Southend. I loved last season.
You felt was that the first time in a long time that you felt like you belonged?
No, so I had it under Flitcroft. Where I felt wanted, loved my football. First bit of Bury. Maybe I had a year under Lee Clark where I was injured for a full year, couldn't get my groins right, kept breaking down, got an injection, got infected, and I was out for a year. And I couldn't get back to that level, and I was a bit worried that I wouldn't get back to that level. And then Lowy just, like a new lease of life this season, just changed my position, said, right, we're not gonna play wingers. I want you to play centre mid, and I've loved it. And obviously if you love something, you're gonna be at your best. Yeah. And there's a reason that I was at my best this season. It's because I loved it, and I just want to keep enjoying it. For as long as don't matter what level I'm at, if I'm enjoying it for the next 7 years, I retire at 35, and I enjoy it for the next 7 years, I'll be happy. Like, I can retire a very happy man.
And then after that, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, probably teaching plebs not to buy trainers.
Or stacking them shelves at Asda.
Oh, fucking hell. I love it, yeah. Do you want to do a podcast? What's your job?
I'll tap you up when you're 35. You come join me, co-host.
Yeah.
We'll do the Graham Wesley tales. Yeah. Continued.
Yeah, just 45 minutes of Graham Wesley tales. Brilliant.
Right, so thank you very much for coming on, Dan.
So, man,
it's been a pleasure, mate. It's run on for around 2 hours now, I think. Yeah, we're literally coming up to the 2 hour mark. So I hope everyone's enjoyed it. If you have, drop it a like. Subscribe if you're on YouTube or on Apple Podcasts. Follow it if you're on Spotify. and share it if you enjoyed it as well. That's all. But thank you very much for joining me, Danny.
Top man, cheers.
It's been nice seeing you, pal.
Yeah, I've loved it. Yeah,
and we'll see you somewhere soon on the football pitch.
You will.
Thanks a lot for listening. Peace.